We up and I'm feeling like a new me. Stacking new sets, some new E. NFTs, all of them you need. Back in my zone like 2-3. All time high, hit a new peak. Let's go. Homie, the Bulls is back. I said the Bulls is back.
GM, so Solana Breakpoint is taking place today and tomorrow. I think the majority of the conference is probably over with by about now due to the time difference, but with Breakpoint taking place, there's quite a lot of news coming across the timeline. So I'm just going to go through some of the highlights and talk about Solana more broadly. So jumping straight into this one, as you can see, the Breakpoint on screen here is this kind of key area, which was previous resistance for the Sol ETH pairing. So this is Sol versus Ethereum. More recently here, we've seen that ETH BTC has started to maybe show signs of an early reversal. So the fact that Solana is doing well versus Ethereum, it's also doing well on its BTC pairing and the impetus provided by the Breakpoint conference here. So key area here, we've broken on through. Let's see if we can get a leg up on Sol ETH here, cementing Sol as the go-to layer one trade of the cycle. So the boys at BLOCMATES are over in Singapore. Grant's been tweeting live. They went to the Firedancer event earlier, so a packed out conference hall for that one. And Firedancer is live on testnet. So you can see this clip they've posted. So Firedancer, the demo on the testnet here is called Frankendancer. So this is live, proof of life being shown via the on-screen video you can see in front of you now. And this thing apparently can do up to like 1 million TPS or something ridiculous. So Firedancer is more advanced and further along the kind of pipeline than many people had expected, I think. And so Solana ticking up nicely here off the back of that. Obviously, with your major showcase conference of the year, you're going to have a load of cool stuff to be releasing to people. Now, this was an interesting take, a little bit of alpha from Ansem, who's been lacking on alpha recently. Definitely enjoying the main character syndrome, but what he's saying here is something very interesting to look at. If you just think of Solana as a chain for consumer apps to live on top of, and what he's saying here is that there's this huge Apple tax, approximately 30% of a surcharge is applied to everything sold through the Apple store. So Apple just has a complete monopoly over stuff. But what he's saying is, look, we'll have a competitor to this Apple monopoly without that 30% fees. So where do you think people are going to start to direct their apps? And Solana has been focused more on mobile and direct to consumer distribution as well. So this is really interesting to see. And there's a few more updates coming here to show you that a lot of stuff is happening with Sol now. And although there's these kind of alt layer one trades currently like Sui, Phantom, etc., and they are of interest, the main interest will still be Solana, I do believe. Then if you're into gaming, we pretty much got a Solana Game Boy, if you will, here. Break-in Play Solana announces the first handheld gaming device built on Sol coming out of the conference today. It looks pretty sick indeed. So another key vertical of gaming, also with an actual physical device. So Solana phones, Solana Game Boys, pretty crazy to see. Then this one is rather hilarious, bit of LARP action here from Arthur Hayes. So last Token 2049 event, the previous year I went to, Arthur Hayes spent an enormous amount of time shilling on stage ICP, the Internet Computer Protocol, and he had a huge bag of it, and the price chart he managed to pump, and it dumped straight afterwards, where people were speculating, did Arthur just P&D it via his on-stage shenanigans? Well, this one has more evidence here that Arthur Hayes literally did just sell Pendle after speaking about it at Token 2049 using exit liquidity here, but still pulling in a big loss. He's not the best of traders, let's be honest, but this is rather amusing. The fact is he's been shilling stuff on stage and then selling it straight away after. Like, what an insane guy. Now, I've seen a few tweets, people stating that Jupiter is gonna steal the show on Sol. So this guy put together a brief little summary here. So Jupiter updates from Breakpoint. Perps will be gasless. Jupe Mobile is also coming, which will have 0 fees. So people will be able to trade via Jupiter directly on their mobile device. Again, moving into mobile, I think this is very important for Sol and its adoption. One-tap swaps will be available. You can buy Sol with Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit cards. fastest and cheapest meme coin trading product called Ape Pro. They've got something called Ape, but Ape Pro is coming out. It seems like it may be akin to a pump fund / meme coin trading terminal. They've also acquired Coin Hall and Solana FM. So they are using their funds well to acquire even more infrastructure in the Solana ecosystem. So this is a bit of a behemoth in the making here. And as the guy states down here, I probably missed a lot more, but hyped for what he's seen. A few more updates from the Jupiter feed here. Metropolis API is coming, Jupiter RFQ, Perps V2, 8 Pro, Jupiter Mobile. Interesting to keep up to date with what they're posting here. There just seems to be a lot coming on Jupiter, and I saw Max Long earlier also post stating Jupiter has stolen the show. So we can expect some big things here, and we want to see these key big dApps on Sol do well. Here is the Sol chart. It's up to about 150 this morning. This is the last month of price action. You can see on screen was lagging prior to Breakpoint. Breakpoint takes place. We're getting some updates coming through. Firedancer, obviously of note. Price starting to pump here. $70 billion market cap of Sol. Another dApp to name here is Kamino. It's just broken the $100 million circulating market cap there. So just over 100 mil. And if we just pull up the chart on this thing, as I stated previously, party starts above here. I mean, this thing has moved a lot quicker than I expected. And it does seem that the party is actually starting right about now. This candle here today now pushing us into brand new all-time high territory. I have this kind of feeling that this will be one of the charts this cycle where when we zoom back out at the end of the cycle when everything's said and done, this price action will look like a small blip and this thing will move considerably higher here. So 100 mil market cap, not a huge market cap whatsoever. When you compare that to the likes of Jup, if you've seen, I think the FTV on Drift is pretty phenomenal as well. Yes, this does have a high FTV, but these are protocols that circulating can be $1 billion plus. And I think this one has a lot of room to move. So Kamino looking good. Apparently the Kamino booth doing really well. Also, a lot of people bullish around that. And I'm hearing there is a lot in the pipeline coming. Obviously, V2 launch will come during this Q4 upcoming also. Then we have this, PayPal's Jose Fernandez on stage at Breakpoint stating ETH isn't the solution for payments, pretty obvious, prompting their launch on Sol, which offers token extensions, lower costs, and processes 1,000 TPS thus far, but obviously will be even more with the Firedancer upgrade. So that coming from PayPal, bullish for Sol, payments. And again, Citi, what do they do? Also payments. Citibank exploring Solana's potential, looking to utilize blockchain for seamless money transfers and advanced smart contracts in the future. Fourth largest bank in the US. Pretty damn bullish if you ask me. Meme coin wise, we have Popcat here up to 94 cents, pushing towards all-time high territory, with seemingly showing signs of breaking out. I mean, could maybe draw this slightly differently on here as well. Looks like it wants to run. Maybe an update will come on this over Breakpoint as well. And we have Rotario as well, which I love, which is the counterculture coin on Sol. And this thing having dipped down into the previous kind of highs of the former range, now starting to show a bit of a sign of life. The final thing to state here, we have Solid Intel, and this guy is the one who actually curates the feed for Solid Intel, works over at Bybit, so I guess probably has some insider knowledge. He's stating here that in 2 weeks' time, FTX will begin their distribution, approximately 16 billion to creditors, obviously crypto heads. So he's saying you're not bullish enough on what comes. So Q4 shaping up nicely here. So Sol now above the magical line of around 137, showing some serious signs of life. Breakpoints, day 2 coming up tomorrow. We'll see if there's some more updates. If there is anything major, I'll be doing a stream on that. But until then, enjoy yourselves. Have a good weekend. Peace.